I was born in Bowling Green, Kentucky. We lived on the farm, and we all lived together. It was a big family, grandmother, grandfather, my father, my aunts, my uncles, and cousins. We all stayed in this huge house. We didn't have to lock no doors or slept on the porch during the summer times, and my grandmother would be sitting on the porch with me. My dad knew I was I wasn't strange, but I was just different from the rest of my brothers. I didn't have no features like them. My features were with my mother. I got all of her genes in me. I was plump but stacked, they said back then. And my father, he was ashamed. I believe he was, because my father just couldn't cope with it. He didn't know how to touch me or embrace me because, he felt that I was just too prissy and too cute. I love my dad, and I knew he loved me, but he was a little, on that side of, he didn't know which way to fall with me. He wanted this strong, masculine boy, and I wasn't that at all. And I remember as a kid, as a teenager, my dad he worked at the steel mill, and the boys, he would get them summer jobs there, and I wanted a summer job at the steel mill too. And I asked my mother, I said, why won't my father let me work at the steel mill? And my mother, she made it easy. She told me, she said, well, your dad don't want you there because you're too feminine, and he would be afraid of the guys that you would be working with would come on to you, and he wouldn't be able to take that. He'd probably end up hurting somebody, because I'm sure they would talk to me or say something that my dad would be upset about. And so my mother explained it to me. She said, don't be angry with him. He's just protecting you. And I took it with a grain of salt. Yeah, he's protecting me, because I knew I wasn't a manly type, and steel mill would have been the worst place for me, So I understood eventually. I did, because I thought my father was so ashamed of me, but he wasn't. He was protective of me. So I finally realized that, but he was a good man. Kentucky was short-lived for me, but it was the best time of my life being there, raised up on a farm and raised up in a household of amazing women, amazing people in general. Transgender, that term I never heard of. I never heard of that term. And my family didn't speak about that unless they knew about it, but they just didn't say nothing about it. But the term sissy was used a lot. I remember that. Kentucky was a good time to come up. I'm so glad I was raised, born there. And it was a good time for me. But just like I said, I didn't know anything about being different. They knew it, but I didn't know anything about it. So I enjoyed that part of life.